Okay. Hello everyone, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net, learn more about me, my different events going on, and you also can see our products there. Now's a good time because May 3rd is when our new annual catalog goes live. So right now it's a last chance sale for retiring products, some of which are discounted. So you can see what we have. You can place an order. If it is less than $150, here's the host code to use. If you are ordering $150 or more, that qualifies you for a party or what we call a workshop, and you earn some Stampin' rewards that you can buy, can order some supplies or some product with that. Okay, if you are interested in having a workshop of your own, whether in person or virtually, you can sign up there. You also can join my team and take advantage of the perks of being a demonstrator. Even if it's just what we call a hobby demonstrator. You don't want to involve anyone else. It's just for yourself to get products and enjoy some discounts and some other special things. Okay, any questions, anything I can help you with, you can leave a message here. Since it says Facebook, you also can private message me. I'll be happy to do my best to help you. Okay, this week I've had a request to do some basic stamping, and so that's what I've been focusing on this week. Hoping something just fell there, and I just realized I was showing somebody the cards I did this week, and I left them out in the other room. So at least that's what it looks like. So I guess I'm just going to show you what we're doing today. I did on Tuesday, I started with doing some basic stamping. One of the things I was telling you about then was that because you need something to stamp on, and one of the easiest things is to buy let me just find it here. They're back here. Are they here? Yes. Is our note cards and envelopes. Okay, you get 20 cards and 20 envelopes for $7. You can choose either basic white or very vanilla, which is an off-white. Okay, I also was showing you that this is a stamp set that I've been doing mainly this week. Okay, it was originally $23. Right now it's available for $18.40. When I last looked, it was still available. So if that's something that you like, this is something that because here it is, it's got, it's basically it's nature things, and that can be good for anyone. It can, male, female, it can also be, it has things that you could use for quite a few different things throughout the year. Okay, it doesn't say thank you, but you could just write thank you on the inside, like good things are worth waiting for, thank you, a little note to thank you, French found simple things, enjoy the moment. All those could go with thank you. Happy birthday is on here, or just thinking of you type of things, friendship. These are all, you really could do a lot with this stamp set. All right. So what I was showing you was that you don't need to have a lot of supplies. Because you do need to have at least something to stamp on and stamp with, it's good to choose one set that you like that has some images you like and some sentiments. Oh, my mind went blank there. Sentiments that you like that could cover a number of things so that you don't have to spend a lot of money right off the bat. Obviously, as time goes on, you can get more things and increase the things that you do have. I think I got this a little crooked. Anyway, well, I guess it's crooked. There, maybe that's a little better. Now that I moved my phone in there a little bit. So, all right. So you can just stamp, and then you have to have a stamp set or stamp pad. I started out with just our Memento Black, and then I then ended up choosing a brown, and I decided Soft Suede is what I'm going to be working with today. And so if you want a few extra, if you did want, on Wednesday on my YouTube, I did add some color. I was explaining how if you want, either have colored pencils at home or you want to get some, whether they're regular water pen or whether they're regular color pencils or watercolor pencils, which these happen to be. And that's one way to get an inexpensive way to get some extra color in. If you wanted to buy just one pack of paper, you can either pick one color you like and just get 24 sheets of that, or you could get 20 sheets from the family, like the color family, and have a couple sheets of each color in that color family. Okay, so there's just different things like that you can do. You also could buy some that's just plain basic white. Okay, so it'd be the same color. Well, here's some extra here's some extra basic white I have. See, it's the same color. Well, where is it? Maybe I grabbed that instead of a... Let me grab one of the card base. I thought I had card bases here. Here's the card base. And what's nice about these is they do have, it's a little hard to see there, but they do have like a little bit of a crease there, so that it just makes it a little bit easier when you fold your card. Okay. So, but you could get some extra basic white if you wanted also. And so that's just an easy way to expand on just a few basics. All right. So today, because on Fridays I do what I call a fun fold. So, and I didn't know how I was going to work with this because I usually work with cards that are a little bit bigger. Most of the time I work with cards that are a little bigger. But I thought I'm going to try it anyway. And it turned out pretty, I was very pleased with how it turned out. Okay, so here's the card base. Okay, it's folded in half. And then I marked over about, because the front of this, let me just make sure I'm telling you correctly. See, this is like, it's 3 inches wide, or 3.5 inches wide. So I did a score line at 1.5. Now there's a couple things. One of the things that I use is the trimmer. Okay, so this is an added expense. You do not have to get this if you don't want to. It is one of those tools that will last you a long time. It's got a scoring blade and it's got a cutting blade. Okay, so if you use this, I'll show you here in a minute. If you did get that, you could use that to score on here. The other thing you can do is, even with just a ruler, okay, so you'd have to make, say, 1.5 inch marks. I'm just going to do with a pencil here, because then I can erase it. There's a little mark there. Make sure I got this straight here. And there's a little mark there. And then you could put your ruler right along either side. And then, now I have what they call a stylus. It's got this little round end on it. But you could even, if you have like an old ballpoint pen that doesn't write anymore, you could use that. And you just run it along here. One of the tools that I had mentioned before was what we call a bone folder. This just helps when you are folding something. If you do that along the crease, it helps it to be a little flatter. So you also could, let me open this back up, get this right along that line. You also, if you had a bone folder, you also could use that. Okay, so you're going to put your crease wherever you want it. You could even do it directly in half. I wanted a little bit of the behind it to show, so I chose to do the 1.5 inches, which leaves a 2-inch space here. Now that's how I folded this over, and and I thought, let me see, can I put something back here? It almost gives the look of designer series paper. That's what we call our fancy paper. Let's see, I got some right here. It's not what I used the other day for this, but just to show you, it can be anything. It could be flowers, okay? It can be a design, like these just have some different designs on them, okay? Or you can make your own. And there will be at some point in our basic stamping videos that I'll do from time to time to show you how to do that. But and I'll do it on here in a minute, but I just I stamped along here, and then on this part I stamped something here and my happy birthday. I thought, let me put that alongside, and on the inside I put enjoy the moment, and I also decided to stamp there. So this is how, when they take it out of the envelope, this is how it looks, and then they open it. Okay, so I'm going to show you right here. So I just folded that. Okay, so that was the 1.5 inches, and something like this, or as I said, I don't happen to have one right here. A ballpoint pen that is no longer writes. Okay, just need the end of it, that tip. All right, so just to kind of show you how I did this, I left this like that. I'm going to do it basically, I think I'm going to do it basically the same. I did have another thought, but well, maybe I'll do it a little differently. No, I'll do this. Okay. So, so funny because I thought I had everything, and then I just realized, oh, I don't have the cards from this week. There's nobody else home with me right now that could grab them for me, but that's okay. So, and what I wanted was this over here, and you could even bring that up if you wanted, but there's that. A little bit got over on there, but it'll be all right. And then, there's my, so that's how I did, I put that there. Then, I thought on here, oops, careful there, Sonia. See, I wanted a few things, so I have this coming down. It's okay if it goes off the edge. And this, poke it up from down there. And then I just put happy birthday right there. And it's a little crooked, but it doesn't matter. And then I decided I wanted a little something on the inside here. So I took these, and I put one, like this. There's 2 of those pads, ones, and this is what I did, just like this. And then I thought, let me get a few seeds in here, okay? So I put the seeds there. And I did decide I wanted another little saying in there. You don't have to put something on the inside if you really want to just write a little note by hand there, but you also have all this room down here to sign your name, add extra. You could even write in the back if you wanted. Then over here, because I didn't want that just white there, so this is what I did over here. So I took these little helicopters, sometimes we call them, and I just did that just to the side of that. And then, again, I took some more of the seeds. And obviously, this is kind of a fallish feel. Okay. And your card's done. Really, just like this, I'm going to... And if you wanted, because that's there, you could even, put something out. You could even stamp something else there, but I'm not going to do that. But anyway, so there's that one. And people who stamp often like to decorate their envelope. And you can put it on the front, like down at the bottom, because up here, here's where you put the address. There's where you put your return address and the stamp, so you don't want it in those places. Or the other way you can do it is even on the back. You know, the old days they used to do they'd like seal it with wax. Well, instead of that, you're doing something with your stamps. So let's see here. I'm going to do this and this. I'm just going to put a couple of these here. Like that. Okay, you can put those on the back. If you want them on the back and on the front, you can do that as well. All right, so here's the one I made ahead of time. Here's the similar one here. Okay, now let me just kind of show you that one more time. Let me just see here, because I moved these over there because I thought I had them all, that I needed all over here. So, and I will just show you, even though I just did that a moment ago with the, I did like the 1.5 inches with this. I will show you how this works. So if you do decide that you would like this, I'm going to put this 1.5 inches in. And then, now this, the lighter color, this cuts, this scores. So just going back and forth a few times. See, it puts that little mark there. I'm going to fold it back. Okay. And then this was what they put in for me. So again, it's like this. All right. So I'm going to try this one more time. Do something just a little different. I have something here, kind of. All right, this one. So I'm going to try this. All right. I always try to come up with a few ideas before I come on. So I'm just looking, what did I decide to do? And I thought I might try this. These little, I don't know, they're really supposed to be like burdock, but anyway, some type of like that. And then I think I'm going to put another one right here. All right. And then I thought on the front, I thought I would leave this, and I thought I would make it more, just say like a little note. And again, I'm going to leave that. You can leave it folded, but I'm going to leave it open so I have a flatter surface. Okay, that. And then I'm going to take the words, they're here somewhere, a little note, and I'm going to put it right here. Now, if you wanted more on there, you could, but you don't have to. Then, here, because that's going to fold over, and I wanted something here, I decided I would put a few of these on. Okay, so I'm going to have like that. Then I thought maybe more like this. And then maybe one. So they're kind of going a little different direction. Then I thought I could add in, no, not those. Well, you could add in these possibly. It feels now to me like it's going to be too crowded. So I'm going to put some more of the seeds in here like I did before. Okay, so when this folds back, you've got a little bit and just a little bit of decoration there. Now, if you had the fancy paper like this isn't going to fit, but it's not quite the right size. But just to kind of show you, if you had like a little strip of paper, obviously I wouldn't do these colors with this, but I'm just to give you the idea. So instead of this piece of fancy paper, designer paper, we'd made our own decoration there. So it's one less thing you have to have. But if you did see a pack of paper that you liked, then that's, again, something else you could add to your stash just to, give you other options. Okay, then I wanted to show you, here, maybe I grabbed it from the wrong spot, maybe not. I did have some, did I knock them on the floor? Sometimes that happens too. All right, let me just, here it is. I'm hiding it on myself. So the other thing I had done, before I go on to that, I'm just going to show you with one of these, I think this one, because this gives me, if you wanted to add a little color, how I mentioned before, that you could even, like say if you wanted to add some other color, you could use your colored pencils and put a little bit, I'm going to put a little yellow in here, maybe here. Okay. And I press a little harder, so those are a little bit brighter maybe than darker color, a little bit of green. And again, you can just leave it like this, or if you do have like a watercolor pencil, watercolor, I'm trying to say something. These are watercolor pencils, and you want to, you could add a little bit of moisture to them. And you know what, I took all that stuff out there. I had a class and I didn't, it was out, a lot of stuff still out in the other room. But you could even just leave it like that if you wanted to add a little more color over here, like maybe for these, maybe not those colors, but just a little bit of Cajun Craze to color in these a little bit. That's not exactly the color they would be, but it doesn't matter. You can add whatever color you like, kind of like that. Okay, maybe put a little more over here. These are usually more brownish. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Okay, maybe add a little color with the seeds. Okay, even a little color in here maybe. You don't even have to fill it all the way in if you don't want to, okay? Just to give yourself just a little bit extra color. Okay, and maybe it would have been better if I did that brown now that I've done these. But hey, look, this is what else I'll do to kind of tie it together. Put a little green there. A little green in here still. It's like getting to fall, but you know, starting to change color, not totally. Okay. So you can just add what you want or what you think you like in there. Okay, add a little yellow maybe in here. So it's really whatever you want. Okay, I'm just being kind of crazy with that. Okay, but just to show you, so it takes it from this. You can add a little color, whatever color you like with it. Okay. Then the other way I said you could add color, remember I mentioned if you wanted to buy a little bit of cardstock. Where's mine? So again, we're going to fold this, folding this in half. And then I'm going to do this the one way I showed you, because you may not, just as you're getting started, again, the 1.5 there, the 1.5 here, this can go here, and then whatever you're using, your stylus, your bone folder, your pen that doesn't write, your ballpoint pen, and then it's just to help you be able to fold it over. It gives it a little nicer fold. The paper tends to not, sometimes, this cardstock is usually good and is pretty forgiving, but sometimes it could crack or something. So that's one way to get a nice straight and doing, really doing what you want. Well, let me just look here what I was thinking. So on here, what my thought this time was to maybe put this, you can have it either even with that edge. You could be a little bigger, or just move it over a little to have it hang over both sides. Okay, there's a lot of options that you have. For this one, I just want to look here what my thought was. So again, I have it on some scrap paper. I thought I might put one of these here. And again, if you want to, I know what I was thinking. Just have to think here a minute. And if you want just something there, you could have And if you want just these are like milkweed pods, like this. And then over here, thought I would maybe just do some of these again. Just because this is like a quick and easy. And if you want to even have them going kind of like they're blowing in the wind, you know, because these are from like maple trees. You know, around here the kids call them helicopters, and they like flit to earth. And wherever they land, a new maple tree can grow, something like that. Okay. And then here, what I thought for here, and this one I'm going to just put this even with that edge. And I'm going to put something on there. Let's see, what do I want with that? Let's see. Maybe I will put these like this. Like that. Again, if you want to color those in, you can, but you don't have to. Okay, so, and then I'm going to glue this on now. I don't want it all the way over on that side because I want to make sure, you know, I don't want it to stick back here. I want to be able to open it like this. Okay, so one of the tricks I found was whether you're going to use regular glue, if you have like a one of these, this I'm going to put right along that edge. So I'm going to put along there, and then along this edge, I'm just going to line this up about where I think I want it. And let me just think here, because this is going to be, do I want a little of that to show maybe? Well, I guess it will show. Okay, so I'm gonna make it about the same distance top to bottom. So I'm gonna do this here. And then when I put this on here, this is something that I learned just to make it a little bit easier so that I'm not getting glue where I don't want it. Okay, so now that opens like that. And you can either stamp your sentiment directly on here, or if you did get some extra white, which I'm going to show you this one, got a little extra piece of basic white there. Good things are worth waiting for. I'm going to trim that down a little because obviously it's over here a little more than I need it to be. And if it's not exactly straight, oh well. I'm going to trim it just a little bit more. I don't mind it going over the yellow onto the white there, but I don't want it too much over. So more like this. And that, again, that can go flat like this, or I did mention the other day that we do have, if I can find what I have here. Oh, that's not it. The dimensionals, okay? I'm not going to do those today, but they're the little, they would pop up the saying, and that gives it just a little more character. Okay, I'm not going all the way to the ends because I know it's going to go over. I could have put a little more on there. Good things are worth waiting for. And then you could put something else on the end, another stamp, another saying on the inside, or you can write it. Okay, and so I got this little, here I'm going to, so I got that little, it kind of takes away a little bit from that there. If you, and as I mentioned, one of the other things I mentioned is that you can get, we do have little, oh, that's not the right one. We do have different jewel type things. If you get the rhinestone basic jewels, they go with almost everything. Okay, they're clear, they're like they do look silvery, they're clear. If you, one step up for these is if you have an alcohol marker, like ours are called blends, Stampin' Blends. There's other companies that make it, you know, like it would be like, yes, I can't, suddenly my mind went blank. It is, Copic markers, but they're a lot more expensive. And there's also though some by Sharpie has some and Bic has some, but they have to be an alcohol marker. And then you can change the color of these. But just silver, I'll just show you here. Again, this would be a step up. It's not just a simple card once you get this on, but I want to show you. And it's like, I think these are like $5, $5 or $6. I can look. If you decided that you wanted these, I'm just going to put a few on here just to kind of show you. You know, they can just jazz it up just a little bit. Okay. And I'll be showing, as time goes on, I'll go over more with this stuff. But you don't have to have those. It was fine without them. Okay. But I just wanted to show you for a few more bucks, you can get, that would be something else you might want to consider adding as time goes on and you're starting to get more things, you know, like for your card making. And they are, they were right there. I know they're here somewhere. Rhinestone basically $5. And in those you get 140 of them, and they're 3 different sizes: 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters, and 5 millimeters. You get, let's see, 100 of the 3 milliliters. That's the littlest one. Then the 20 of those and 20 of the 5. So just show you. So let me see. So this is the 5. You get 20 of these. This is the 4, 20 of those. And then the littler ones right here, the 3, you get 100 of those. Okay. So that's for $5. So really, that $5 can go a long way. And if you did have an alcohol marker, you can change up the color, because when you put it on, it'll then, like say if you put red on, then they're going to look like red rhinestones. Okay. So that's just one simple thing that you can do. So let me just kind of clear the decks here. And I started sharing my Facebook Lives on my, here, let me do it. Yeah, I'll do it on the gray so that you can see them a little better. On my Facebook Lives, I started sharing on my YouTube channel. My YouTube is just Sonia Ranger, just my name. Okay, so just so you can take, you know, if you want to take a look, and if you want to look back in this week. See, this is kind of plain here, more empty there. So if you did want something else there, you could put it. I just wanted to leave room so if somebody wanted to write a note. If you don't want them to see what you're writing, then you want to make sure it's just over here. If you don't care, you can put it all the way across. You know, it's really what you want. It's your card. Make it the way you want it. Okay, so let me just kind of hold these down. And when they're in the, after they're in the, I need to, let me just do this real quick. See if I can get them to sit down just a little better. And it's a little better. And one of the things I didn't show you, these will stand up on a tabletop. So that's might be kind of a nice thing with that. If you know, sometimes people like to do that with their cards. So there we go. All right, so I hope that this week I tried to do just stamping, what we call simple stamping, or stamps, ink, and paper. Sometimes you'll see SIP. It means stamps, ink, and paper. Minimal, very minimal supplies. I did bring in a few extra things to just kind of show you how you can go from having, you know, very minimal and slowly add to your stash. Okay. Sometimes people you might like a second stamp set. You know, you might want a little more paper. You might want to go with the Memories and More card pack. Memories and More cards and envelopes. Sorry, not card pack, cards and envelopes. To get a card base that's a little bit bigger than these. Okay. It's really what you want. But it's an easy way to start out stamping, to get your, like kind of get your feet wet or fingers inky. And just to try it out. And if you really fall in love with it, you really like it, then you can slowly add some of the extra things that I mentioned. Okay? So, any comments, any questions? Feel free to leave them here. I just ask that we be kind, try to be kind to each other. If there's something I can help you with, please don't hesitate to reach out. And you can also private message me if you don't want it here where everybody could see it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope everyone has a good weekend. My paper pumpkin should be coming this today or tomorrow. So my plan is that probably next week I'll be showing you this month's paper pumpkin. And anyway, so I hope everyone has a great weekend. It is Easter weekend. I hope you have could be other things that you celebrate besides Easter. Just hope you have a nice weekend with your family. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye, everyone. Why are you not finishing? Finish. I gotta take the phone out.